Sunday Premier League fixtures are done, and we're just going to be going through every single one of them. We've got rival fans sort of saying that Liverpool losing to Fulham kind of proves that they're the worst ever Premier League winners. We've got the most boring Manchester derby ever. We've also got Chelsea and Spurs as well. We've probably, at the end of today, Newcastle United being the biggest winners. But before I begin, if you are new here, please hit the subscribe and the like as well. It'll be greatly appreciated. So let's start here with a rival fan. There seems to be a lot of confusion with my videos. The opinions, the title, it's not from myself, it's from people that I'll be talking about in the video. So it's not me you should be coming for, it's the people's opinions I use in this video. But yeah, let's just have a listen to what this United fan said following Liverpool's loss to Fulham.
On they lost, la 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 la. On they flop, la 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 la.
And you can tell everyone's waited, I think it's 26 games that Liverpool last lost, sorry. So of course, look, they're going to take every minute to laugh, to say comments. And obviously, you know, are they flop? It's not true, is it really? You know, Liverpool have been unreal and they just came a bit unstuck. But I feel the main opinion I wanted to talk about is this next guy's opinion. He's an Arsenal fan, and what he says about Liverpool's loss to Fulham.
I'm telling you, the worst Premier League winners we've ever seen. The worst Premier League winners we've ever seen. If Arsenal weren't getting robbed left, right and centre from the officials, this would... Look at Liverpool fans, look me in the eyes. Kelleher completely wipes up Pereira. Van Dijk completely body checks Muniz. Are you going to genuinely sit here and tell me if that wasn't Arsenal, it would be a penalty? It wouldn't be a penalty. You just can't write it. And that's why I've just left the Premier League now. And I'm turning my attention to the Champions League. Because how can I take this league serious if this is the officiating I'm seeing on a daily basis? Miles Lewis Skelly slips to the floor with Harrison and that's a penalty. But Kelleher completely, with no intention of getting the ball, completely takes up Pereira. And then Muniz, who's about to score an open goal, Van Dijk clatters the life out of him with zero intention to get the ball. Both of them stay on the pitch, but it's okay though, Liverpool lose. If Arsenal weren't getting robbed, we'd be top of the league.
It's taken Liverpool 31 game weeks to lose a game away from home. You know how difficult the Premier League is. But people will still say they're the worst Premier League winners ever, which I just can't believe. In regards to the decisions, for me, we're attacking it wrong. We're not meant to be individualistic when we're coming to talking about the decisions of refereeing. We should all come together and collectively agree the referees are doing a bad job for everyone. Not just Arsenal, not just Liverpool, not just Chelsea, not just United, not just Wolves, whoever you support. It's across the league where it's horrible. So to nitpick and probably say Arsenal, yeah, we've had some honking stuff. Maybe our refereeing decisions have had the biggest impact on result because we don't create enough, we're not scoring enough goals. Whereas someone like Liverpool, the title winners, the people that are running away with it, they're able to find solutions outside those bad decisions that they have. We haven't. So that argument again is gone that we would win the league. I think Arsenal would be 5 points still behind Liverpool. I really do, regardless of decisions. So to say Arsenal would win the league most definitely if decisions had gone our way which were wrongly done, I think it's far-fetched, to be honest. I really do. But anyway, let's give our credit to Fulham. I think we need to give our credit to Fulham. We can say laugh, or you can laugh at Liverpool and say they lost, but Fulham were absolutely fantastic. I think Diaz, when he came off the bench, was brilliant. He's showing now he's starting to step up a bit for Liverpool, which is always good to see from a Liverpool perspective. But I thought Muniz was really good. Robinson locking down Salah. Bassi was unreal as well. Sander Berge in the middle of the park. It was a really good performance. And it just can be one of those games, you know. You can have one of those games when you've gone 26 odd games without losing the Premier League. Liverpool allowed this. But Fulham deserved the credit. They turned up. They showed what they're all about at home. And it will be a nice sort of victory for them in their push for European football. I really think they have the quality to go and do that. But let's now move topics onto the worst game of football I have watched in a very long time. Oh my word. I want my 2 hours back immediately. I'm sorry if you're a United fan. I'm sorry if you're a City fan. But my word, that Manchester derby was atrocious. No intensity, too much structure to it, too much, you know, coaching involved in it. And it sparked a lot of questions on Twitter. How do we fix football? It had the whole timeline, everybody coming together saying this game shows the direction of football, where it's going. I don't think that is true. I don't think it's that bad. But it shows that maybe individual firepower isn't great, isn't allowed to express. I think Liverpool's system is probably the best in the Premier League for individual firepower being shown. They don't look too coached. You can still see individual brilliance of Salah, of Diaz, of Gakpo, the shots they get off, the intensity that Liverpool play in. They can be scintillating. I can't say that for every other team in the Premier League. Maybe Bournemouth, there was a time, or the guys in around Brentford with Mbeumo as well. There's teams there, but at the top end, the biggest clubs, the big six, it's not really there. Newcastle or the other team like Liverpool, where it's like bang, 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 bang when they're going forward and it's exciting. But my word, that was a slouch. I think Bruno was probably the best player on the pitch and rightfully got man of the match. But outside of him, wow, wow, wow. I'll never get those 2 hours back. And I don't even want to talk about that game anymore. But if you're a City fan, a point, okay. United, it doesn't really matter. Guess it gets them closer to 40 points. But that Champions League race is tight. And City would have probably needed them points more. But they won't be too upset coming away from it. But let's now move on to Chelsea-Brentford. I watched this one on the background with Liverpool game in the corner, and it was a good performance from Chelsea apart from not scoring, I think. Brentford had a lot of key chances. There was a little splurge of like 3 or 4 minutes where they had chance after chance after chance, where I think Wissa headed one wide. We had Mbeumo, a brilliant save by Sanchez, who's kind of picking up a bit. He still has a bit of a maniac moment in him. But Cole Palmer came off the bench. I think it was a bit weird why he didn't start and Jackson didn't start, because Nkunku is a non-entity up there. Horrendous centre-forward, so weak, horrible in the press. But I think Caicedo, again, it's just a regular thing for him to have such fantastic performances. Reece James pocketed Mbeumo. I don't think we saw his threat as much because Reece was playing on the left-back position, so Mbeumo couldn't really cut into effect. Obviously, a couple of times he would get past Reece James. But it was a top performance from him. Just one of those games, really. There was chances. Either team probably could have won it. I think a draw is probably fair enough. Chelsea had more of the ball possession, of course, as you would expect. But yeah, I think a point is fair enough, and not really great for them in their race for the Champions League, with the amount of teams that have dropped points. Forest, Villa winning as well to get even closer. Yeah, you're looking at Brighton losing to Palace. There was a chance here for Chelsea to get a bit of a gap, which they obviously didn't take. And obviously, like I said, nice performances in there, like Reece James. Sanchez made a couple of good saves. Caicedo is always brilliant as well. Palmer, so close at the end. His shot went just over the bar. But yeah, let us get moving on to the Tottenham game. 3-1 win. To be honest, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it at all. And what I'm seeing from Tottenham people that I've been talking to is that the first half, great. The goals, Brennan Johnson getting on the score sheet is always nice. But the second half, Southampton had most of the ball possession. They took the foot off the gas. It was slow. It was boring. Ange Postecoglou, I remain with the opinion that he needs to go. He needs to go for me. And if they get knocked out of the Europa League, then they've got... is it Frankfurt? If they get knocked out, I think, it's curtains for him. 15th in the Premier League or whatever it is. I think the game did show that Porro probably should start over Udogie. Udogie's been a bit dodgy, excuse my pun, in the past couple of games. Brennan Johnson obviously always contributes goals and assists, although people don't like his overall play. Solanke as well is kind of drying off. Son as well. Maddison getting an assist. One of those games, you get it done, get the 3 points, don't embarrass yourself, and Tottenham did that. And of course, this is the Premier League. Liverpool still lead by 11 points. I think that title will be done very, very quickly, regardless of this result against Fulham. Forest dropping points, probably getting dragged now into that 4th and 5th and 6th sort of cluster, which isn't great for them. Newcastle have a massive opportunity. They have 2 games in hand. 6 points can get them to 56 and behind Forest. There's a lot to play for in this battle. And in terms of the bottom of the league, I mean, this little mini league between United, Tottenham, Everton, West Ham and Wolves, be interested to see how that goes. Who can least embarrass themselves the most come the end of the season. But yeah, that's it for now. Hope you have enjoyed, and until next time, peace.